The Genesis framework suggests that biological phenomena could be explained through a higher dimensional view of bioelectric signaling and memory. Essentially, DNA sets a default bioelectric pattern, and when this pattern is altered, say by environmental influences or other changes, it can temporarily modify biological structures like head shapes in planarians. However, these changes aren't permanent unless the bioelectric alterations are consistently maintained or the DNA itself changes to support new structures. This ties into the idea that there's a memory in the 4D spatial continuum, actively storing entangled information about past biological/matter/energy states and stored wave function probabilities to create a successful entropic anomaly in space that deviates from the mechanical entropic forces. This memory doesn't just store information. It influences how organisms develop and regenerate, integrating long-term evolutionary patterns with immediate bioelectric signals. Understanding and manipulating these signals could revolutionize regenerative medicine and our broader understanding of biology, potentially allowing us to reshape biological forms and functions by accessing the bioelectric and spatial memory that directs organismal development. DNA represents the most optimized template for matter field potentials within specific environmental contexts, facilitating the natural alignment of biological forms with their ecological niches. Let's explore how gravitational interactions with all matter and energy in spacetime generate a continuum of wave function information that extends into higher dimensional space. This process enables cognitive recognition of entropic states and permits anomalies in three-dimensional spacetime to entangle with four-dimensional space memory. We propose that this mechanism does not function as a simple holographic projection, but as a dynamic holographic memory, actively participating in the entropic processes of three-dimensional spacetime. This active participation by observers continually shapes and reshapes the memory stored within the fabric of space. In conventional physics, DNA is understood merely as the biological blueprint for life. However, within the Genesis framework, DNA transcends its biological role, serving as a bridge between the material configurations of life and the metaphysical dimensions of spacetime. Let's look into how DNA, in conjunction with gravitational forces, orchestrates a complex interaction between the observed three-dimensional universe and its four-dimensional continuum. Optimization of DNA. DNA is not static, but is an optimized template responsive to the bioelectric and gravitational fields that pervade its environment. This optimization is a testament to a biological entity's ability to synchronize with its surrounding matter field potentials. Gravity as a wave function integrator. Gravity's role extends beyond the mere warping of space-time. It integrates the wave functions of all matter and energy. This integration forms a higher dimensional continuum, facilitating cognitive access to various entropic states. Holographic memory versus holographic projection. Unlike traditional notions of holographic projections, where information is passively displayed, the holographic memory within the Genesis framework is an active participant in the universe's entropic dynamics. This active participation allows for a feedback loop between three-dimensional biological phenomena and four-dimensional memory storage. Role of observers. Observers, whether biological or potentially artificial, play a crucial role in shaping the holographic memory. Their interactions with the environment are not mere disturbances, but are formative actions that define and redefine the memory stored within space. This exploration of DNA within the Genesis framework reveals a more profound connection between life's biological processes and the broader cosmological context. By understanding DNA as a participant in the holographic memory of spacetime, we gain insights into how life continuously influences and is influenced by the universe's fundamental forces. Future research could further elucidate how these interactions might be harnessed for advanced regenerative technologies and a deeper understanding of the universe's entropic landscape. Theoretical underpinnings building on the observed regenerative anomalies in Gerardia doratocephala, the Genesis framework posits that bioelectric signals are not merely local cellular responses but interact with a broader higher-dimensional space. This interaction suggests that what we observe as temporary 3D entropic phases of bioelectric activity may be closely entangled with a more stable, continuous 4D spatial memory system. This system, akin to long-term memory, preserves a record of evolutionary successes and traits, potentially guiding current regenerative processes. Local and long-term memory interaction. The framework theorizes that local bioelectric changes induced experimentally for example through octanol treatment in planarians, might temporarily disrupt the usual bioelectric communication. This disruption allows cells to access more ancient, usually inaccessible bioelectric patterns stored in the 4D continuum. Essentially, when the typical 3D entropic phases are altered, the boundary between past evolutionary information and present bioelectric activity becomes permeable, leading to the expression of ancient forms. Implications for individual experience. Expanding on the implications of bioelectric memory, this framework also touches upon the philosophical dimensions of existence and consciousness. If our experiences and biological processes are influenced by a higher dimensional framework, this could suggest that individual consciousness might also interact with a vast, more complex intelligence, metaphorically described as a neuron in the brain of God. This perspective invites us to reconsider our role in the universe, not merely as passive observers but as active participants in a dynamic cosmic network, where our actions and experiences contribute to the continuous creation and organization of universal memory, compassion and cosmic indifference. Contrary to the notion of an indifferent universe, the observed phenomena suggest a universe responsive to the forces of compassion, love, and creation. The Genesis framework offers a model where these forces are as fundamental to the fabric of reality as gravity and electromagnetism. Such a model elevates the acts of love and compassion to cosmic acts that shape the universe's energy and information structure, proposing that each individual's actions are integral to the ongoing creation and maintenance of the universe. By integrating space for the amplituhedron, a geometric structure that simplifies quantum field theory calculations within the Genesis framework, which posits a higher dimensional space for the storage of wave functions. We propose that the mechanics of entropy, as observed in three-dimensional spacetime, are manifestations of deeper, higher-dimensional, non-quantized geometrical interactions. These interactions form the substrate for consciousness and material existence, operating beyond the conventional time domain used for processing physical probabilities. The amplituhedron, proposed by physicist Nima Arkani Hamed and his colleagues, suggests that spacetime and quantum probabilities emerge from a geometric object that simplifies the calculation of particle interactions. In this view, fundamental particles and forces do not determine outcomes. Instead, these outcomes stem from the intrinsic geometric properties of this object. When aligned with the Genesis framework, this concept extends to imply that our observable universe comprising energy and matter is a manifestation of a deeper, structured reality in higher dimensional space. Learn more at RF Safe. RF.